What's going on? Welcome to the Creator Factor, the number one. That's right, I'm saying it. The number one creator chill spot for content creators who are building businesses and brands. I am the host that loves you the most, Ozeal. And if this is your first time tuning in, hey, listen, you picked the right podcast. You picked the right YouTube channel because there's a lot of content out there for creators, but I do believe that we do have a little bit of a swag. We have a little bit of fun. We really try to respect and appreciate all the things that come with content creation, marketing, mindset, entrepreneurship, community, all that in one. So let's have some fun because today we're going to be talking about a topic that I knew you struggle with. We all struggle with this. At some point of our creator journey, we deal with the fear of starting. Mm, okay. So I want to start by saying that starting something new can be very daunting, especially if you're a content creator, if you're a creative. All right. Our minds get filled with doubt. I'm pretty sure you've had these feelings before, these thoughts where it's like, should I do it now? What if I fail? What if people judge me? I don't have everything perfect before I get started. What if my work isn't good enough? Does it sound familiar? Like we all have questioned ourselves, and we all have gone through this process of this fear of not starting, right? Giving excuses for everything and saying, hey, I'll get to that when I'm ready. Well, newsflash, okay? Ready never happens. All right. You are never ready. Ready is a lie, it's a myth. It comes down to empowering yourself to make a decision to just start. Okay. That is what it comes down to. And I will say, props to fear. I feel like we need to embrace the fears and the insecurities and doubts. They're all cousins and family, and invite them to the party and to address them. And the only way you can address it is by realizing that these are just feelings, thoughts that are going to try to take us away from what we're trying to accomplish. But they're going to surface. Even successful creators, successful entrepreneurs deal with doubt and fear from time to time. They're going to come. So embrace it. It's going to come. I'm feeling this certain way. I'm feeling fear. It's okay. We're going to push forward regardless. Okay. And that's how it's done. So I want to start off by saying this, that every creator that you admire today had to start from zero at some point. Okay. They didn't become successful overnight. All right. They all faced fears and doubts and insecurities, but they chose to push forward and bob and weave with the fears and doubts, right? And that's what we need to do. All right. So I'm going to share with you 3 strategies that I wrote down. And this is going to help get you started. This is going to help you jumpstart the podcast that you want to start. This is going to help you jumpstart the YouTube channel that you want to start, the blog, showing up on social media consistently, to build that platform that you've been wanting to build for quite some time. All right. And these 3 strategies right here, number 3, are going to help you kick that procrastination, excuse given, fear driven mindset to the curb and get you moving in the right direction. All right. So, number 1, embrace the suck. Let me take a sip of tea. What are you talking about, Ozeal? What? That's why I can't start. That's why I can't get started on this podcast. I don't want to suck. You're telling me embrace the suck? I heard this from a fellow content creator. Shout out to Ben Azadi, Keto Camp. I'm going to have him on the podcast, by the way. He said something that really resonated with me, and I'm going to share this with you. You have to suck success. In other words, there's a process of not being good at something in the beginning and knowing that you will get better over time. As with everything, my friends, whether it was the first time you learned how to ride a bike, get on a skateboard for the first time, learn a new skill set, learn how to video, record and edit, you're not very good in the beginning, right? But through the art of practice, you build the skill set, you build the confidence until you master it. So embrace the suck, know that it's going to happen, know that it takes you to make that decision to get started, to suck until you succeed. That order. Start, suck, succeed. I just made that up off the top of the brain berry. Look at that. That's it, right? That's it. So embrace the suck, get started. It's going to be bad in the beginning, but it'll get better over time. All right, here's number 2. My second strategy for overcoming the fear of starting. Start small. Okay. Make whatever you're doing into like smaller, baby, manageable steps, task. I discovered that by starting small, you can make the overall project less daunting and more approachable. For example, starting a video podcast. This is something that I've never done before. All right. And I'm still, like, if you're watching this on YouTube, I'm still getting used to it. Now, if you visit my channel at Ozeal, I've done YouTube content before, but video is still something that I'm getting used to. And I've been in the podcasting game for close to a decade now, but I've never done a video portion of the podcast. So when I launched Creator Factor, I was like, I want to have a YouTube presence because I do believe in video content and I want to be able to show up and do live streams and just add video to the podcast, right? But I don't have the skill set to edit a video. I don't. I'm not a good editor. I don't even think I'm a basic video editor. So, did I let it stop me? No. It's very, very simple editing. I'm publishing it and I'm getting traction and views, and it's growing slowly, but steadily growing. And this is going to help me in my overall mission to elevate and empower creators like yourself, own their brand, to build their brand and business so they can make a positive impact on the world. But if I've never started, then there's a high chance that you would have never, found me on YouTube or found me on the podcast. But because I said, hey, I'm going to give myself permission to start, even if I don't have the skill set, now we're shaking and rolling here. Now we're making moves here. All right. Now there's an introduction. Now there's a connection. Now we got something that's has some wheels. We can make moves now. Right. So I had to give myself permission to not act like I needed to edit everything. I kept it very small and manageable. This has allowed me to publish a video every week. And I'm still learning how to effectively create a workflow and learn video editing. Like, it's not like it's small, but I'm trying to learn more of this space so I can create content for my YouTube audience, but also for my podcast as well. And I'm always learning new things, right? But I'm not going to let it stop me. And it shouldn't stop you either. All right. You need to get started. Start small, make it manageable, and don't make it feel like you need to do everything. You don't need all the fancy gear, an expensive microphone or an expensive camera. I'm using my Logitech webcam right now. Okay. I wish I had a Sony, camera or a Canon camera and have all the bells and whistles. I don't. I just decided to give myself permission to just start small and deliver the message. Message over everything, message over metrics, message over everything. I just want to show up, deliver the content. That's it. All right. So start small. Last but not least, number 3, find an accountability partner or coach. I find it very helpful that when I have a mentor or accountability partner in my corner, and you can also join an online community, a Facebook community. It helps me when I get around my fellow content creators and my entrepreneurs, and I'm talking to them. And if I'm stuck or if I'm feeling a certain way, it feels good. It feels just it's refreshing to be around like-minded people who get it, who understand what I'm going through, right? And having a supportive network can drastically help alleviate the fears and doubts and really help you push through the dark moments, right? 95% of the coaching that I do and the value that it brings to creators is that I'm able to kind of pull them off the ledge, because half of the time that's what it's about. It's pulling off the ledge. The technical stuff, the strategy and the tactics, it's all out there. A lot of it's out there for free, right? But it's the accountability. They are doing what they're supposed to be doing, and I think keeping them aligned and focused is really where the value comes from. Where they really appreciate a good coach or a good mentor or accountability partner. So yes, find yourself a good coach or accountability partner and just say, hey, listen, I'm struggling on this date. Make sure that I launch this, right? I'm going to launch a podcast. Make sure on this date and just that accountability will keep you on your toes. So it's important. And remember, it's okay to start small. It's okay to not have the perfect content right off the start. This show will evolve with time. I know that this show is going to be completely different. I may have a backdrop. I may be in studio, which I would love to do that. That's one of the things that I want to do is, by the way, if anybody wants to sponsor the Creator Factor, in Houston, Texas, where I can record locally, I would totally do that. Right. Um, it's going to evolve, but what matters is that you start, that you continue to improve along the way, know that you're going to get better with every piece of content you put out there. It's a stepping stone towards your growth, right? And yeah, just keep pushing forward. Get started. It's the best time to get started is now. Now, that's all we got. And with everything that's been happening with life recently, these reminders of we're not promised tomorrow. You got to get started. If this is what you want to do, if you have a message that you want to share with the world, if you have this podcast that's been singeing, that's been on your mind for quite some time, if there's a platform that you want to build, if you want to be a coach, if you want to be an entrepreneur, get started. Get started now. Because if you're not moving the needle's going to push you right off. Okay? So you got to push forward. And there's way too many resources and tools and people, coaches, creators, content that's there to help you, that's helped to serve you. So lean into that, my friend. Lean into that. No excuses, no permission needed. All right, as I like to say. And go ahead and own your zeal, own your brand, own your mission. Get started today. Now, if this episode resonated with you, hit me up. Share it with a fellow content creator online on social. Tag me at Ozeal Creates. Before we get back to the show, I do have a question for you. If you have any idea, if you have any questions for me, you can head over to creatorfactor.net. There is a voice message feature on there, and you can actually leave me a voice message. So if you want to leave a voice message to say hello, hi, Ozeal, or this episode was amazing, this episode wasn't amazing, but hopefully it was amazing. Or if you have a question or if you have anything that you want to ask, I'll be more than happy to turn that into content that I could share this on a live stream or on a video audio podcast. So yes, I'm here to help you and serve you. So go ahead, head over there to creatorfactor.net and let's get you connected. All right. All right, guys, that's it. My friends, my name is Ozeal, Creator Factor. We in the house. Get started. Stop wasting time. Give yourself permission to own your zeal and your creator brand, your creator factor. Let's go. Till next time, peace and one love.